There are three ways to source off-market sites. The number one way is if you go door knocking, and a lot of places you can't go door knocking to be able to find out whether or not there are sites available. But you can, but then alternative to that is that you can do a letter drop. You can put a letter in asking people if they want to sell, what price do they want to sell, and so on. The second way of getting an off-market site is if you've got some sort of a rapport with an agent that you work with. And the only way that can happen is if you are concentrating on an area and you've spent that time to build a rapport with your agent, with your local agent in that area. And quite often they will come up a site that they haven't even listed as yet on the market. So that way you can actually talk to them and say, look, if you find something like that, bring it to me. And then they can help you get a site that's actually not listed, which basically means you're cutting the competition out and you are getting in there before somebody else gets in there. So that's number two. And the number three is if you've got a network. And how do you get a network? Well, you got to be in the industry. You got to know a lot of people. I think I've already tried doing letter drops and everything, and I think somehow they are a Queensland thing. It's I don't see them working in Victoria as much. Because there was a time I spent a lot of money and I sent a lot of letters, and I used to sit, and it wasn't like that I do a letter blast in a particular suburb. I would actually send it to I would actually sit behind the computer, go through a lot of properties, find out what they are, and then send it to and then be able to and then actually send it to a short list of sites that I had already vetted, saying that this is where I can do a development and so on. So I've spent a lot of time doing that, but in Victoria, especially when the market is in an upward trend, it is very, very difficult to do that. So if you could try door knocking, but just remember, make sure that you've got permission from council and so on. So to each area would be different in that sense. The working with the agent works. A lot of agents, all they want is their commission, and so long as they understand that if you did settle on something or if you did whatever, they will still get their commission upfront or whatever. So whatever terms you actually negotiate with them. So that's actually quite good. And number three is actually building your network. And how do you build your network? Is by going to different networking events, is by being in the industry, and that takes a little longer than the normal way of starting out. So I did start out sending out letters and everything. I had 3 people call me. One of them couldn't pay the mortgage, so he just wanted to sell his house. And you could find something like, but at the time I was actually trying to find a way where I could do a JV with the landowner because I didn't have money. So if I did have money, I would have been able to get a site, no problem. And once you vetted a site like that, you could find somebody like that. But if you did have money and somebody was just trying to get it off their side, and you made them a good offer, you could be able to buy the site off them without having an agent involved. So those are the 3 main ways that you can actually get an off-market site. And the reason I'm saying that is because when in an upward trend, when the market is going strong, there's a lot of competition, and especially at the entry level where you're planning to do a 2 townhouse development or a 3 townhouse development. The market is crowded. There's a lot of people in that market. So if a project stacks up, it comes on the market, and before you know it, in 7 days, someone's actually made an offer. So you've got to be ready. You've got to be market ready before you start diving into this. So that's my tip of the day, and I hope you like it. And that's my time. I'll see you next time.